All right, y'all. We're back. Another episode of Todo Tranquilo. Today, we got another special guest. Goes by the name of Bucky Malone.
What's happening? What's happening?
A.K.A. Lil Tokyo.
Yes, sir. I'm feeling good, man. You know what I'm saying? Feel like I'm right at home. You know, we in the good old 703 area. So, you know, I'm comfortable, man. I'm feeling real good.
100%. Mr. 703. Yo. What other nicknames you go by besides Lil Tokyo, Bucky?
Well, you know, I'm infamously known as Lil Tokyo, but I say that boy from the road. You know what I'm saying? That's a nickname that R.P. Miss Keisha, she gave me that nickname. Like, damn, I don't even know what year that was, but it was a long time ago, and it was like, it's a funny story behind it. I'll tell it real quick, but like I was going over my homie Mike Lowry crib and shit like that. And at this time, you know, we was on bullshit, fucking around, you know, just, I ain't gonna say too much, but just not doing the best of things. And we came up in the crib on some like late shit, probably smelling like weed, ain't no telling what else. Walked up in there, his mom was in the living room, and like, you know what I'm saying, she just gave me this look like, you know what I'm saying, because just before she really knew me like that, she didn't really know me like that. So she was just like, yeah, like, I know you that nigga from down the street. And like my mans was like, Ma, chill, like what the fuck? But like I'm like, nah, it's cool. I just thought that shit was like so funny because I was just like, hey man, at least she know who I am. She be seeing me around and shit like that. And then I ended up naming one of my projects That Boy from the Road, just to kind of symbolize that, just like, man, I'm from around the way. Like, ain't no way you don't know who I am. You at least heard or seen him. You at least heard of me or seen me somewhere.
That's facts. That's facts for sure. Man, one thing I definitely want to touch base on, you know, you're straight from the DMV area. Like, what area from the DMV you at?
I mean, I'm from Manassas. I done lived in other places too though. Like I done lived in Alexandria. I done lived in Bailey's Crossroads. I done like spent the same amount of time I can say in Bailey's Crossroads and Manassas. Like, so both of them is like, you can consider those like my hometowns and shit like that. But I was born.
Your roots.
Yeah, facts. I was born in Arlington, lived in Alexandria for a quick second. Then from there, I moved to Crossroads. Was in Crossroads for like 10 years. And then, you know what I'm saying? At this time, I'm living with my grandmothers. Me and my moms, we living with my grandmother. But like 10 years down the line, my moms end up finding a spot in Manassas. You know, this was like a new beginning for us, you know, to go out on our own and shit. So we ended up moving to Manassas. And I was out there like ever since. I was back and forth from Manassas to like Maryland and shit too, because my pops is in Maryland. That's a whole other story. But, you know, just going back and forth from
all over the DMV.
Right. Going back and forth from PG basically and Manassas most of my life. Yeah.
Damn. So you probably well known around the area. Just, you know, just
oh yeah.
off rip just because you've been around.
Look, man, listen, man, like you said, the DMV is small as a motherfucker. So it's like you can be from, you know what I'm saying, DC, but no area motherfucking body, no motherfuckers in Virginia, no motherfuckers in Maryland. And it was the same way for me growing up the way I did, just back and forth, hopping across the bridge, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, I had friends in Largo growing up. I had friends in, you know, Capitol Heights. I had friends in DC. And then, you know, I'm going to school in Virginia. So a lot of my home base is VA. So it was just like I was just well-rounded and knew a lot of people pretty much.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Let's get into it, man. Like, how was it? Because, you know, you told me prior to you started recording, you definitely did some podcasts before. Yeah. I haven't seen them, to be honest with you.
But they on YouTube somewhere. They all over. I did a few. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. That's facts. Did you ever like go into detail kind of how it all started, man? Kind of how Bucky Malone was born into this musical world that we live in now?
You know what's crazy? I feel like they asked a little bit of early on stuff, but they ain't really like go deep down into it like that. So kind of, sort of, but not really. You know, they kind of was like asking me more so what was current stuff going on. And then at the times that I did the podcast, it was like wild shit going on. Like, I don't want to say nobody else's names up here, but like other celebrities doing crazy or shit. And they asked me how I felt about it. It was like more so that type of vibe.
Kind of like getting your opinion on like actual
You know,
news.
like the first couple podcasts, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of confused. Like, because I wasn't used to this shit. I'm like, y'all asking me a whole lot of other shit that's not about the music. What the fuck we talking about? But then my partner had to put me on game. Like, bro, podcasts are different. They're not interviews, bro. Like, they're gonna ask you shit that's about what's going on. They're gonna ask your take on it, this and the third. So it shifts my perspective from like that point going forward.
I like to be a little bit different, you know, like I kind of like to, you know, sometimes treat it like, you know, pretty much like an interview. And obviously, you know, put my 2 cents here and there.
Nah,
but it's,
facts,
you know, we keep it chill, especially here. Todo tranquilo, man.
Yeah.
Tranquilo is everything's chill, everything's calm, man. So that's how I like to keep it here. But yeah, man, talk to us about how it all started.
Shit. I mean,
The early days.
honestly, bro, I would have to credit like, I guess my mom's, my grandmother, because I was in a household where like it was a religious household, but one thing that wasn't off limits was like music. Like I was allowed to listen to whatever I wanted since an early age. I was listening to like Pac, Snoop. Like I was heavy. I was a heavy Death Row fan, Bone Thugs fan when I was like a real younger kid. Like Biggie too. But you know, just having like my mom's being real loose with what I like, even what I watched. Like I was allowed to watch like whatever I wanted, listen to whatever I wanted at a young, early age. Like now, don't get me wrong, you know how moms be with certain sex scenes. She might try to cover your eyes or some shit, but like I can honestly say like I wasn't super sheltered, even though I could have been. Like my parents could have been super on me like that, but they allowed me to have a little freedom. So with that, I just dibbled and dabbled into shit, was finding they old CDs and vinyls, and that's kind of how I dove into the music, just them constantly listening to it around the house, car, whatever. And I just quickly just picked up on it and just, you know, I always knew it's crazy because even though I may not have pursued, I mean, I started rapping early, like 13, but like even earlier than then, I knew I was going to be doing this, so. Yeah.
Like you felt it.
I felt it. It was always a bug there, and my pops is a musician as well, so I'm not gonna take all the credit. It's probably generic a little bit, you know what I'm saying, hereditary, but yeah, I always knew though. Yeah,
that's dope, man. That's dope, 100%. Now, because the crazy thing I will say, like, I don't know how old that, you know, we talked a little bit on it, like that one song Sprinkles. I don't know how old it is.
That's the I like to say that's my first viral song and shit like that. You know what's crazy? I say Sprinkles is, I know the age because I'm so particular. I know my drops. I say Sprinkles is about 12 years old now because I dropped it in 2011.
But even
so
then,
like 12 years old. It's crazy.
Your sound was, even then, like.
Got me sounding old. I was young as shit when I dropped that motherfucker. I'm still young now, but I was younger. I was a baby when I dropped that shit, so that's why it sounds so crazy. Like that.
Yeah, and even then, bro, your sound was so unique. Like,
thank you,
when I heard that joint, bro, like it was not like anything that was out there.
Thank you.
And that shit just
gotta give props to my man Chris Beats. You know what I'm saying? He was very pivotal in them stages of my career.
That was an original beat that you. That's
me and
I didn't even know.
Me and Chris Beats, we produced that together. Like a lot of my earlier music, he produced majority of it, and I was co-producing it because I picked like 90% of the samples and shit I was rapping on then. So. Yeah.
So given that, you know, obviously some of the viewers are probably already going to know your music, how would you describe your sound to maybe somebody who doesn't necessarily know who you are? Because I wouldn't, like, it's rap, right?
Yeah.
But it's like different, and it's not even like I want to compare it to like Suicide Boys type music, but it's still not even like it's not the same, you know.
Shit, I'll just say, shit, it's some futuristic pimp shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
That's what's
and,
up.
You know, I say but nah, real shit. I say, it's a perfect blend of now and then. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very big on paying homage to those before me. You know, I don't even really listen to so many new artists. You know what I mean? I like to still go back and listen to Bone, go back and listen to the old Dre and Snoop and shit. I'm still bumping 50 Cent like it's '03 and shit like that. So it's like
I do the same thing.
Wu-Tang and shit like that. Like, so that's always been my energy. Like, I'm like, fuck what's going on. I'm gonna fuck with what I like. So that's kind of how, like, I make music that I would want to hear, and I know niggas like me would want to hear. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when I found your newer stuff, it was definitely like you was already making different music. But I feel like compared to Sprinkles to maybe your newer sounds,
right?
Like it's different also.
Right.
Like your newer stuff and that shit bump like BMW music.
My nigga, good look.
Like that joint, bro. Like it's different. Like maybe like to maybe somebody who doesn't isn't used to that type of music. Like the chorus is repetitive, but that's the point of that song.
Exactly. I wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers probably hear my music sometimes and don't understand it. Like, why is he doing that? But it's like by the time the song go off, you might be ooh. Ooh, you know what I mean? It's like, gotcha. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly why I structure everything the way I do it, just so it can just be programmed in your mind before you even realize it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'll be honest, like when I first heard that joint, I was like, okay, this is different. I don't have nothing like this in my playlist.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, that was like a freestyle for real. And not only that, like,
I could see that.
It kind of came from me just playing around in my car, just driving around, like, I was literally doing that for a few days, and I was thinking to myself, like that'd be a hard ass song, but I was like, nah, like, given what I've already given to people, you know what I'm saying, the flows, the lyrics, I'm like, I don't know how they would respond if I did some shit like that. Like, so I ain't gonna front. I was hesitant to even putting that shit out. You know what I mean? Just because it was I fucked with it. It was fun, but I was just like, I don't know how they gonna respond to it, but. Ironically, when I put the shit out, they loved it. So I just was like, all right, that just lets me know I gotta go with my gut every time, because I was just like, that should be a hit.
Yeah, because when you put that in the car though, it just hits right. Like you just ooh.
Just having fun, bro. Yeah. I feel like you just gotta have fun, bro. You know, when you trying to be super this hippity hoppity, and there's nothing wrong with having bars and lyrics and substance to your music. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, like, when you're like, people can tell when you're forcing it, you know what I'm saying? So
100%. Yeah.
I just always try to enjoy, you know what I'm saying? I'm big on beats. Like, I really vibe and feel the beat before I say a word. Like, I'll sit with a beat for like a few minutes and then build everything piece by piece, you know?
That's a perfect segue into my next question, man. Like, how is the writing process for you? Like, you know, let's say you home, you time to hit the studio. You go to the studio, you find that beat, that perfect beat, you just...
Shit, believe it or not, it's like, you probably think I record every day. I don't even record like that. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Like producers will send me beats, and it's like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, if it's the one, like one of them ones, like, there's a few producers that kind of got that touch. Like, they might send me some shit, like Icy Twat or Lord Fubu or my nigga Lord Java. They might send some shit, or Wi-Fi God. They might send a nigga some shit, and off rip, I'm like, oh yeah, I got how, you know what I mean? I'm on it, like I'm blitzing it, because it you know what I mean? It got that vibe to it. Then it might be some beats producers might send, I might hear them, and I'm like, it's cool. But then like a month later, I'll play the beat and it'll sound like a whole different beat. I don't know what it is, but it's like, that's why sometimes I don't even rush and listen to certain beats. I might just sit on them for a little bit, because your ear changes damn near every day. Like, some shit may sound okay one day, and then after you had a few rough days or a few good ass days, whatever case may be, different inspiration come through. You might hear it again, and it just sounds completely different. So that's really, man, I sit to the beats. You know what I mean? If it's a beat that's like really moving me, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably recording it right then and there. I'm going to the spot, recording it, laying it down. If it's something that it's like I'm really fucking with it, but it's a bit challenging, I might sit on it for a little bit and then come back to it. You know what I mean? And then lay it down.
So it sounds to me like the way you approach like these songs, man, it's like you kind of go ahead and listen, like, you know, aside from the ones you have to sit on, you kind of listen to it for a little bit and kind of just jump in the booth and go off that.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000. Like, you can ask my producer / engineer Mikey Wildin. Like, I done recorded mixtapes in like one day, so I'm past the point of just like recording music. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not just recording music just to record music. Like, each song means something special to me now. You know what I mean? Not to say they wasn't before, but me being young, I was like a machine. I was really just doing shit because I knew I could. You know what I'm saying? It was like, to me, it always feels like this what I do, it should look effortlessly. You know what I mean? It should look effortless. So I'm going to keep doing that shit. So I was flooding the streets before that shit was a thing. Like, now that's how motherfuckers drop their music. Every other month they dropping. Yeah. I was doing that shit when it wasn't cool. Like, I remember I had folks above me coming to me like, yo, you really need to slow down with the releases. And I'm like, what? Like,
for what?
Yeah, I mean, exactly, for what? And you know what I'm saying? Then when I started to be like, all right, I'll slow down, everybody start doing the shit I was doing. I'm like, See, I told you this is the future. This is what motherfuckers gonna be doing. So now, I really just make music when I feel like it. Like, I know I can drop a hit whenever I want to, but it's like I got so much music that the world still hasn't heard yet. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I shifted my focus more on like the marketing and like just making sure I bring everything out, not just moving on too fast. Because I'm telling you, bro, I got tapes where I look back now like, damn, if I would have put a little bit of marketing behind this one, that shit would have went up. That shit would have went up. But I'm not that shoulda, coulda been ass nigga. Yeah. But that's just me knowing the business now. And I'm like, I'm not gonna just move like a young man. You know what I'm saying? This is a boss game. So now I'm just more strategic, man. I'm playing chess now, man. So
damn, that's what we love to hear, man. Because it's like once you own your craft, because you definitely have already honed it, man. Like you already know what you like. You know what you want to put out. Like to you, it seems like you just got to figure it out. You just are careful on where to move the pieces now.
Exactly, and considering you know what I'm saying, I'm still a young man, but I'm getting older as well. So when you're younger, you're not conscious of all of the shit you're saying and how it can be impacting others or influencing others. So now I'm not trying to turn into a preacher or nothing like that. My message is pretty much still the same. It's still the same vibes and everything, same aesthetics, but I definitely am a lot more conscious of things I say now. You know what I'm saying? Just considering the climate we're in, you know what I mean? There's a lot more sensitivity. Shit is just way more sensitive now, and I still do me. I'm still gonna go hard without a doubt. But however, I still try to bring complexity to my bars as well. I hear a lot of other shit, and it sound real watered down and dumbed down, and it's like I try not to get lost in all that. I still try to keep that shit hard without it being silly too, though. At the same time, like
I feel you. And like you said before, though, sometimes you do just gotta have fun with it.
Nah, exactly.
Nah, but like I said, you seem like you just got this shit packed down. Like you well rounded in
oh man, craft, I mean, bro. I'm just like everybody else, bro. I'm learning shit every day, man. But I've been doing this for a long time, man. So it's just my shit, man.
So we talked about Sprinkles, and if people don't know, you did drop a music video for that joint too, which is crazy.
Facts. Shout out my man Tristan Cinemas, man. I mean, my nigga Dottie, he shot that joint. We shot that in 2011. I remember like it was yesterday. I think we dropped it on Halloween too.
I actually seen, so when I did a dive on you, I actually seen like old video where you were walking around Manassas, I think, and they were like giving you an interview while walking around Manassas.
Word,
showing them the spots like where you recorded.
I know exactly what interview you talking about. Nah, facts. Yeah, man, that's exactly where it went. I think I think I took them where we shot the video. Like shit,
cause you can move the mic close to you.
We shot the video. I want to say we definitely went to the location of the video shoot because we shot that video on Fairview. That's a street in Manassas. That was like when my man Chris Beast was staying at the time at his apartment. We shot that shit like in the little laundry where the laundry machines was at in the basement type shit. Shot the shit in his apartment, shot it outside. We really shot that shit right there, like in one location, but it just looked like it was a bunch of places because we was all over that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like, damn, you took me back. Yeah, bro, I really...
because I remember a specific shot, man, because like I told you before, that was the era where it was like, having drip now used to be having swag.
Right.
Like you had to be swagged out. Like if you was dripped out, you was swagged out.
Right.
And I remember one shot in the music video where they got all the J's in the bottom, bro. Shit, you had the I think it was a pair
I had the Bordeaux on. I'll never forget that shit, the Bordeaux. And those was like the closest to the OG ones, cause like the new ones, them shits look completely different than like
they do.
The originals. You can tell, and real niggas know, like it's like it should look a little different. But like if you look at my shits in the video, it looked like the OG shits, cause those was like the 2010 releases or 2011 releases. So those was like, they actually kept the original designs and colorways and shit like that. So I was in love with them bitches. I dogged them shits. I was in love with them then though.
But that shit's crazy, man. Just like, even back then, like you had visions for shit and you went ahead and, you achieved those visions. You made them, you made them reality. So like, along with your, the new music that you put out, I've been noticing that your music videos are also different. They're definitely not your regular music videos where you probably have, bitches dancing,
Right.
champagne bottles everywhere.
Right.
It's futuristic pimp shit.
Nah, word.
Like
shit.
the I know you dropped one of the newest music videos that I know of. Like I've been trying to stay up to date with you, but one of the newest music videos that you dropped, I think, was for I Know Some.
Yeah.
Like
I
that
know
joint-
some single off the Purple album deluxe edition. Cause you got the original, the Purple album, then you got the deluxe edition with 12 additional songs, and it's on that version. So yeah, I know some, man. Yeah, bro. That song low key is like a "Say No to Drugs" song, low key for real. But it may not sound like it. I don't know.
I think I could see how it is kind of like a say no to drugs type thing. Because it's like you're mentioning, it's like, yo, like I know some that do this, do that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep it put.
I ain't gonna front. Like, you heard of Dungeon Family? Of course, right? You heard of Dungeon Family?
I'll be honest, I have not.
You have not? Well, you heard Outkast, right?
Yeah.
So you got Outkast, and then you got Dungeon Family. So when you think about Dungeon Family, you gotta look at them like they're Wu-Tang, and Outkast might be Ghost and Ray.
Oh, okay.
So they like the collective that birthed Outkast, right? They have a member named Cool Breeze. You should check this song out after this. He got a song called Creatine, and the song is like, I know people who still on parole. I know people on house arrest. And it's like the whole song, he just like talking about real ass shit. And that's like a video that always stuck in my head from me being a jit, like a little ass nigga. I always remember that song, that video, it just stuck with me. It was just real vivid and graphic. And I was just like, that's how I want my shit to be. You know what I'm saying? Like just trippy as fuck. Like what the fuck did I just watch? And early on with my videos, and like, not to stray too far off topic, but that's kind of what inspired I Know Some as far as the subject matter. But even that video, now that we talking about it, it inspired a lot of my creative direction and shit like that because, a lot, like you said, a lot of people just want to have the girls, the cars, whatever, the real flash and flamboyantness of shit. And it's like, I don't want people to come to my shit for that. I want people to leave with either a visual trip or a visual message. But they leaving with something, you know what I'm saying?
And just how the thing is, like, everything you're saying right now, man, it's just like it all kind of ties back into it. Like I said, I keep saying it, but it's just like, it just real. I think since you got so many years in this music industry, you just know what you want. Because it's like those music videos that you've been putting out, like even for BMW music, it's different in the aspect where it's futuristic.
Right. Shout out Rudy P. My bad, not to cut you off. Shout out Rudy P. My nigga went crazy.
Yeah, and then the aesthetic of it is like old school though. Like the way it looks. So it's just crazy to me, like how you just said it. It's like I could bounce back to fun new shit right now. Yeah. Or I could go back to lyrical shit and keep it old school. Right. And it's like I said, man, it feels like you just know what to do now. Like you got this shit down to a science.
I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like I'm doing the same shit I was doing back then. Only difference now is that I'm just in full control of everything. You know what I'm saying? From the art, just the videos, as far as the treatments, like, cause earlier on when I was like a teenager, like I had a lot of help from the homies and shit like that, but I wasn't in control of everything. Like it was to the point where I may not have had a budget to shoot a crazy creative video. It was just like my homie got the camera, we in one setting, fuck that, let's run it. That was just it was real run and gun back then. Like we was doing a lot of on the fly, on the spot shit. But that's why it was organic. We didn't have time to plot and plan a whole lot of shit. But now, with me knowing what I know, you know what I'm saying, and just me naturally having visions and wanting to be creative, wanting to express my songs, because every time I make a song, it's damn near a movie in my mind as I'm writing it. So it's like I already know how I want the video as I'm recording it. So it's just like me knowing what I know, having a lot more resources than I may have had when I was 17 and 18. I'm just able to put shit together and express it a lot better. So now it's like the world looking at it like, damn, you're going crazy right now. And it's just like, in my mind, shit, I already knew I was capable of that then. I just ain't know how to put it together. But now it's like, you know what I'm saying, the light bulb done went off, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. I know you just shout out to you, man, for giving me the shirt.
No doubt, no doubt. Hell yeah.
I showed it a little
The
bit.
tour merch.
But the tour merch, bro. You just did the tour, all of it.
Yeah. We ended the tour back in September. Yeah, back in September 2022. The tour.
How was that? Like, have you done like I said, to the people that don't know, like I rediscovered you.
Right.
I knew you sent Sprinkles, but it's like for some reason I thought you stopped making music, and when I rediscovered
like
you, bro,
that, it's all good. We here now.
It was like like I opened the door and it was like, wow.
Nah, I love that. I love that shit. I love that.
That shit is crazy. So, were you already performing before this tour? Like,
oh yeah, definitely. I know I'm gonna be real. My show history is spotty simply because I was in college for a few years. So while I was in college, I really wasn't doing no shows, like, cause it just was like I'm all the way. I was at Norfolk State University, shout out NSU, and Norfolk, Virginia. I was down there, and it's crazy how the universe works. As soon as I'm in college and away from home, I'm on some young broke nigga shit. I didn't even have a whip at the time, so like that's when all the opportunities start coming in. Like, yo, you got a show here. You want to do this? You want to do that? And I'm like, I can't even leave. You know what I'm saying? That shit used to kill me. So like, I want to say towards the end of like when I was about to graduate of school, Juicy J did our homecoming concert at my school, and you know what I'm saying? I low key, the SGA peoples was like, they had put the word out, but on the sneak tip, like they was looking for openers. So, you know what I'm saying? Me and my manager at the time, he wasn't really my manager, but like he was my homie playing the manager role for me, you know what I'm saying, helping me out and shit like that. We went up in the SGA office. He was on his he was low key on this Dame Dash shit. He was being an asshole, just really, and shout out my nigga Dre. He was flexing on him like really like, nah, you gotta hear my nigga. Nah, fuck that. Like, so they like, fuck that, bring him at this time. So they made me audition and shit like in front of the whole SGA.
Damn.
And I killed that shit.
Like on some record label type shit.
Yeah, just for homecoming. I ain't gonna say just for homecoming because it's a big deal, but like I had to audition for that shit. They ain't give me shit. Don't think they just gave it to me because I was hot. Nah, they still made me audition. I had mixtapes out and all that. Had to audition.
Damn.
And I killed that shit, thank God. Well, of course. And got the performance, man. Got to open up for Juicy J and August Alsina and shit. So that shit was dope. But like doing that kind of put the bug back in me like, nah, I gotta get these shows, like, cause I was doing little small shows before I went to school, but then it was like it all went to a halt.
Whole new level.
It stopped once I got to school. So doing homecoming, performing in front of like 2,000-3,000 people, I'm like, yeah, I gotta get back doing these shows regularly. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna have to just figure it out. Like my last semester of school, I was going back and forth from home to do shows with like Gold Link, Young Glee, shit like that. Cause it was just like, I gotta do this shit. I can't sit around thinking my buzz is gonna stay where it's at, not doing shows. You know what I'm saying? So after doing that shit, it was like, I probably haven't stopped doing the show since like 2016. Like it's just been constant.
So out the tour, man, what were some of the like, maybe give me like two spots where you really liked the atmosphere, the energy you got? What do you think?
I think shit. Well, New York, and I know I be hearing stories like New York be like a horror story for some artists. I be hearing about niggas getting booed, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the New York crowds can get intense, get rowdy. But bro, I swear to God, bro, I get so much love in New York. It's crazy, dog. I get a lot of love in New York. So like on this tour, on the Purple tour, for example, the New York stop, Brooklyn, we did a show at Paperboy's venue. Paperboy's Love Gallery in Brooklyn. Shout out to him. We did the show there, and bro, this shit was love, my guy. Like it was love. Like, and I be just thinking to myself, like that's crazy. Like niggas be like putting this stigma on New York, like they just be whatever, like tough. But it's like I get a lot of love in New York. So the New York stop was a hell of a stop. I love the New York show, and of course the crib. When I did the Manassas show was. That was the last show of the tour too. So like it just was like that's crazy. We started the tour off super strong and ended it strong, just straight up. So New York, the crib, shit. Even Baltimore was a vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of cities I done did shows at from LA, Atlanta. That was just like, yeah, I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I know it's got to be crazy. Like when you go to these shows and you like, I think there's a difference from like you said, you barely even check your numbers, right?
Right.
You just know you have. I mean, you gotta have like
It's numbers because I look at it like you can track the streaming platforms, you can track Instagram numbers, but when your shit is all over the place, you never gonna know your true what your true numbers are. Shit is all over, so it's like it get hard to track after a while. Like,
and I know that shit. Like I said, it hits different when you go to these spots.
I'm gonna be real, like the numbers is hitting, but we always trying to get more numbers and more numbers and more numbers, and that's why I don't really focus on it because it's like I can have 50 billion. I just know myself. I can have 50 billion. I'm not gonna be satisfied with that. I'm still gonna be trying to get more than that. So it's like
it's all about growth.
When you think about that, it's like why are we keeping track of that? Let's just make sure this shit is pure and doper each time.
Yeah, it's like it's a good way to keep it pushing, not to stay stagnant.
Right. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas get 1 million views and be geeked up. They think they don't got to do nothing else, and that's like. I don't feel like until 1 million views start equivalating to $1 million, that's when I'll be excited. Like, you know, because as of right now, I got hundreds and thousands of streams. That shit don't equivalent. It don't equivalent to hundreds and thousands of dollars. So until it get like that, that's when you'll see me pointing out my plays. Like, oh, look at all these millions. Yeah. Because I know I got $1 for each million play. That's when I'm going to flex on y'all about the plays. Until then, I can't really flex on y'all because it's like, it's just numbers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's numbers, man. It's all good, you know. Got to start somewhere.
Right.
One thing I got to touch on is the Purple album. Have to. Got to. What was it like curating this, man? Like I feel like this, compared to, because I did go back to your catalog. Like I said, as soon as I found you, I went back to your catalog, 703. I forgot which other ones. But I went back. And I could set, like, I don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I could sense that, like, the Purple album, that was, like, your baby. Like, you really, like, wanted to make this one.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely was my baby. That's one of my personal favorite projects. I got a lot of projects, but it's in my top 5 personally. And, yeah, I mean, you can definitely say it was my baby. It is my baby. I took my time with it, too. Like I said, you know, most of the time, when it comes to me putting out projects, I'm going to be real. It's like, it's so natural and organic. I don't really put a lot of thought in, you know, whatever comes to me is like boom, 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 and there we put it out. But with this one, I purposely like worked on it and took my precious time with it. Like I want to say I started recording it end of 2020 going into 2021. And I didn't really finish recording until like end of 2021 going into 2022. So by the time I dropped it, May 17th, 2022, that was like a whole year, some change, just me putting it together, working on it, designing the cover myself, everything, you know what I'm saying? Editing commercials by myself, the whole 9, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I really, it was in a whole different zone at that time because I had a lot of personal shit going on as well. You know what they say when an artist got their personal shit that they're dealing with, it makes them dive in even more. So I was just tunnel vision in particular with that project. So I feel like that's why it came out how it came out.
I'm glad it came out the way it came out, man, because that there's a lot of songs in that one that just they hit, bro.
Thank
like
you,
every
bro.
single
I'm
one.
glad you liked it. I had motherfuckers, you know, not everybody gonna like it. It's a hit or miss for some people. I had some critics talking shit about it too. You know, I ain't gonna sit here. I'm a motherfucker that's like, I'm not gonna sit here and cap and be like, everybody loved it. A lot of people did love it, but it was like a couple people that was like, they had their things to say about it. That's why we doubled up on them and hit them with the deluxe, and it's been quiet ever since.
Listen, it's because it's like, I think when you have an artist and you're so used to maybe them putting out something that's like consistently kind of the same,
right?
And then they put something out that's different from what they've ever put down. It's like initially the audience, these critics, they don't know how to react to it.
Right. And I've been doing that my whole career. So I feel like when you put it in that perspective, a lot of motherfuckers probably be looking at me like, what the fuck? Because it's like, I might hit them with this and they like, oh, this shit crazy. And then they expecting that the next time. And I'm like, nope, whole new sound. So it's like.
There's not too many people doing that. Listen, like the crazy thing is like the only big name that I know be doing shit like that, and I'm sure you know who I'm about to say, is Drake. Like he be switching up his flows like crazy. Like
Drake is different, man. That boy different for sure.
Like I remember when it was corny to, you know, to fuck with Drake. Like it, like you was corny if you was fucking with Drake.
I don't think it was like, I don't know. I feel like he had a good start, you know, with Young Money and shit.
Yeah,
that gassed everything for real, for sure.
But like, but that's the kind of feel I get from you. It's just like you like to switch your shit up.
Nah, for sure. Cause like we were talking about earlier, it all goes back to my upbringing, bro. I was listening to everything, like R&B, reggae, hip hop. Like it wasn't just rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was listening to everything, you know what I mean? So with that, I be wanting to showcase it in my music. Like, shit, I could sing a little bit too. Motherfuckers may not know that, but it's like, you know what I mean? That's why I showcase that in the songs.
That's what's up, bro. Like I said, man, that personally me, I think that's definitely from the catalog that I dove into, because obviously you got some tracks that are good in every single catalog, but definitely that Purple, it just hits. It hits, man.
I appreciate you.
But so we're getting close to the end, and before we, you know, actually start ending this, I always do this little segment. It's called Shots with Jonas.
Okay.
So what I do is I pick out some lyrics from your songs and I recite them. I don't do it on beat.
Bet.
And then you let me know which song it's from. Usually I do drink, so if you get it right, usually I'll take a shot.
Okay.
And if you get it wrong, you take a shot. But being that I'm on my fast,
man, like I got so many fucking songs.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm not on no Wayne shit.
This is
looking crazy.
This is the crazy thing, though.
Not knowing my shit.
So this might ease your mind a little bit. I only chose songs from the Purple album.
All right.
So
it should be easy.
So I'm gonna start super easy, and like I said, I'm gonna keep it super monotone. I'm gonna try not to say it on beat.
Okay, bet.
Let's see here. Catch me somewhere with my feet up. Backwoods be looking like tree trunks. Ooh, I spot me a bat.
I gotta wait, or I can say which one it is.
You could say, yeah, if you already know which one it is.
That's BMW music.
BMW
for sure.
music,
BMW
bro.
music for sure.
Yeah, I had to throw that one in there, bro.
My nigga, I knew that one only because, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say only because, but like, I'm performing that shit so much now because like, I ain't gonna front. Like, I be making so many songs, and then when the song be fresh, it be taking me like a couple weeks to like really memorize that shit before a show. Like I really be having to practice that motherfucker. Like memorize it when it's new. I be really having to like rehearse that shit. But like I've been performing that motherfucker heavy though for the last month, so I know that.
So
shit.
It's stuck in your head.
Yeah, I know that motherfucker.
Yeah, all these songs are probably one of my favorite songs on there, and I only chose 3 just to keep it easy. The second one is, and I've tried really hard. I had to like go back and make sure I was writing them how I heard it. So the second one goes, "Baby, I die by you. I already know that you will honor me. I'm gonna do right by you. Since you've been with me, you've done right by me."
Oh, that's Ryder. That's Ryder too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Ryder too. Yeah, for sure. I had the that song. I just felt like a lot of women. You know, I got a lot of lady friends. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. It's a lot of women in my life and family, you know, shit like that. And it's like, they love my music, but they keep it real with me. They be like, yo, I love your music, but sometimes it's hard to enjoy your music because it's so vulgar. So it's like, if I've been trying to change anything of my music as of lately, it's just been like, let me make some more shit for the ladies. Like, I'm going to still be Bucky Malone, get niggas this hardcore shit, but like, I gotta have a few joints for the shorties because they like, what's going on? Like, as soon as they vibing, it's like, they like,
Yeah, I would say that it's the same vibe for this next one. She know I stay busy. I'm feeling like I'm bone, rocking all these shows. Then
Juice in the Hood.
Yeah.
Juice in the Hood. That's another one that's like, shout out Wi-Fi guy. He produced that shit. That's another one where that sample was like, from a song of my childhood, like a song I used to hear all the time growing up and shit like that. So like when I first heard the beat, I just zoned out. I probably knocked that song out in like 10 minutes. Like that ass. Like that was just one of the ones where I heard the beat and it wrote itself.
That shit's just like, it's like groovy, it's like wavy.
Nah, like, hell yeah. It give me like backyard barbecue vibes, like a party, lit ass function type vibes.
Bro,
On some LA shit, but I'm in VA with it.
I'm serious. Yeah. Like I said, man, you got him all right. I mean, you could take a shot if you still want to.
Fuck it, why not? We here, man. Why not, bro? Got the good casa. Whoa.
Had to get you that tequila. My boy said he fucked with it, so.
Got you.
You know what, man?
No, for good luck. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. I had to take a little shot.
Don't play with it.
Oh, man. Listen, man, it's been a pleasure. But before we end it,
man. Appreciate you for having me, man.
What we got? What do the people have to look forward to, man? 2023 is here.
Man, listen. I don't know when we dropping this, but by the time this is gonna be out, my new single, Juice No Gin, featuring Wi-Fi God, produced by Wi-Fi God and Loco Los, will be out on all platforms. That's off an upcoming tape. I won't give you too many details on that because I want to leave it. I still want to leave it somewhat a surprise. But me and Wi-Fi God, we dropping the tape. You know what I'm saying? This year, ASAP. I ain't gonna say when, but it's coming like really, really soon. This is the first single off of it, so I'm excited. Also, the Purple album, Chop Not Slop Edition, is now gonna be on all platforms at midnight. So, you know what I'm saying? If you've been streaming it on Audio Mac or live mixtapes, you now can stream it on what you regularly listen to, whether it's Apple, Spotify, Tidal. It'll be on all of those. So check that out as well. But, bro, I'm really finna just flood the fucking streets. I feel like we're going to just call 2022 the purple year.
Purple year.
This year, 2023, I'm going to let these niggas know what Bucky Malone is all about, and that's just flooding shit.
Damn, that's
talking
what's up,
tape
man.
after tape, video after video, show after show.
Well, I'm excited. I'm going to be keeping out.
Oh yeah, you gotta catch a show, bro.
Definitely got to do that.
I'm doing a festival on Saturday, the Black Arts Matter Festival in DC. So if you ain't doing that, pull up.
I might have to. But yo, everybody who supports, everybody who watches, man, thank you so much for watching another episode of Todo Tranquilo. Remember, I do have it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, or you can watch it on YouTube.
You did.
Put a face to the voices. Bucky, man, it's been a pleasure.
Man,
hopefully it won't be the
me.
last time, man.
Oh, you gonna be back, man. I'm gonna bring you a bottle next time. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow me too, Bucky Malone 703.
Oh, you already know I'm gonna have all your shit in the bio.
Oh
of
yeah,
course.
oh yeah.
Of course. All right, y'all. We out.